Exactly. Whether you are making it yourself or having it commissioned, what do you need to know to do this? First of all, if you're not an artist, you need to learn how to talk to another artist to specify what you need, and so you can get the proper fursuit design. What makes a good fursuit? What's the better? Okay, you can see what I've got running up here on my laptop. These are fursuit designs that I have done for others. Yes, I did design Orzel's suit. I've designed quite a few in the fandom. Actually, there's quite a few that are going to be up and coming as well. I've designed for Latin Vixen. I've designed for White Fox RN Studios. I've designed for private designers. A lot of these are folks like Hellcat. That's my own design. It's a Jax the Bat suit. I've designed quite a few. I've been designing for a while. Now, granted, typically I make my own, but I do commission as well, so I know what commissioners are looking for. Okay, but I was just going to keep cycling, so stare at that. I don't care. Basically, to run it all down, what a fursuit design is the plan, the basic concept that a fursuit is going to be built on. Most makers today, like Latin Vixen and RN Studios, and they're the two most popular, you have what you see here. You have the 3-view turnaround. You have a front, side, and back. What that basically does is show your maker what your character's markings look like, what color patterns are where, what the body shape looks like. Body shapes, a bit like Orzel here, they vary from species to species. Some characters are very round, some are very thin. You have to know what will work and what won't. Okay? Does anybody here have an unusual character species? Dragon? Actually, that's a very good one. That if you're planning on having a dragon, there aren't too many dragons in the fandom. Dragons are unusual in that, of course, one, they don't exist. There is no real life model for a dragon. You can base, yes, I know, cry. You can base them off of existing creatures, a lot of reptiles, some mammals. We have a really cute husky back here. I've seen husky dragon mixes. There are lots of different ways that you can, for especially species that don't exist, that you can base it off of real life critters. Okay? Let's just take your dragon, for example. Does your character walk on 4 legs or 2? 2. Okay? Wings or no wings? Has wings. Horns on the head? You have to take all this kind of stuff into effect. So, okay, we have a concept. We want a dragon. Okay? So, we've got, very much like we did yesterday. Always start with your human body shape. I know this isn't what you think of when you think dragon, but think about this. You're going to be wearing this thing. You want it to be based off a human body shape. Okay? So, there's our human body. We know that basically, we're going to have this dragon shape here with some horns on the head, this big snout. Here, have a neck, have your arms, claws. Okay. Top part of the body is always really, really easy. If you've got extra spikes on the shoulders, that's fine. Those are all little things. What you run into a lot of the problems with designing fursuits is, okay, is your critter digitigrade or is it planigrade? Does it walk on his toes? Does he have the nice big round haunches? Does he walk flat-footed? You have to take this into effect. What kind of creature do you want? 80 here, because this is 80, she's our fursuit model today. 80 is planigrade. She walks on the soles of her feet, not on her toes. Okay? This is actually the easiest way to do a fursuit. The most patterns you can get are this shape. Easiest way to do it. Now, if you want what's called a digitigrade, where the legs actually do this.
It's like your feet.
That's a whole different kind of design. You guys have to take this kind of stuff into effect when you're planning suits. You think about exactly how you want your character to look. Okay? Then we want the most realistic dragon possible. Well, naturally, they're going to have digitigrade legs. Nice round claws. This is really shoddy. Like that. And of course, you got the tail. You got wings. Like that. Okay. We know what basically we want the dragon to look like. Part of the tricky, what makes fursuit design so complicated is how do you translate an animal form to something that is going to be wearable and movable? Because I have seen fursuits that look fantastic in theory, but they do not move well once you actually get them done. One of my own characters, I have Sweet Tart Pink Skunk. One of the major issues I've had with that was figuring out that tail. Now right now it hangs down because and Skittles is the same way. Everybody's seen Skittle. The tail hangs down because it's very, very hard to get a 3D object to stand in space by itself, not without a severe amount of support on the other side. This is something that's attached to your butt. You don't want that thing to weigh 50 pounds, otherwise you're gonna be walking like this. All this stuff has to be taken into effect. With the dragon, you're gonna have a similar problem. It's got a really, really big tail. You can make the tail smaller, but then it's gonna look silly. Typically when I design dragons, again, this is just really, really quick, really shoddy, so don't pay me any mind about this. They always have these nice big tails that taper to a point. That's what our art goes. That's what pops into my mind when I think dragon. This is also translates well to kangaroo, ferret, otter, anything that's going to have large haunches and a very large tail. One of your major problems is right here. How do you support this? How do you support it, make it look good, and still be able to sit down, to walk, to turn corners without knocking stuff off tables or hitting people in the shins, etc. This is all stuff that has to be taken into effect when you're designing. It's very easy to just say, well, I want this, and tell your maker, well, this is what I want, you figure it out. If you've actually done your homework first and you think about what you want before you actually do it, your maker will actually like you better because you've done a lot of their work for them. It's not their job to figure out how you want it. It's your job to tell them how you want it. Being a maker myself, I've actually had nightmare commissions where people wanted the impossible. I've actually lost commissions over the fact that somebody wanted me to build them a female suit for a gentleman that he wanted it to make him walk like a woman. He wanted to have the nice little hip sway when he walked, and like 80 does, walk like a girl. Bless his heart. There is no way to put any kind of special padding in a suit that's going to make you walk like a lady. Hands? Yeah, you can't just put it on and walk like a girl. It just does not work. I can make it look feminine. I can't make it move feminine. It's things like that. He didn't think about that before he contacted me, and he expected me to work miracles.
His hips on his own.
Just can't happen. It's no maker in the world is that good. So, okay. All right, let's see. The most common questions that I'm asked when I'm designing fursuits is, okay, let's use a fox. We do a lot of foxes in the fandom. They're really, really common. You see them all the time. Okay? Let's say a little Joe Fur comes to me and says, well, I want a fox suit. I'm going to have Latin Vixen build it, but I don't know what it looks like. And I'll say, okay. Or let's start here. What kind of, you have a fox character? Yes, okay. We know we're doing a fox. Say, okay. Basic fox shape, we're gonna start here. It's like, what's your character's name? Okay, well my character's name is Sly. Just because we can. Okay, I know there actually is a Sly Fox in the fandom. But there's Fox?
Sly Fox X.
There's so many.
There, that's unique.
That's
Change the spelling on
That's
it.
another one.
That's another one too?
Put slide, put an E at the end of slide.
Alright, well, here.
Silent E.
That was it unique?
Yeah.
That's another way, is that naming it can actually get really, really challenging, maybe unique. Alright, we know the name is the Sly. So, okay. Is this a happy fox? Is this a sneaky fox? It's a neat thing. You don't see too many grr suits like that, okay? So, let's say he's kind of angry fox. So, we know the facial structure is actually going to be, you don't want it to be too mean. You get too mean,